Auto sales for legacy auto in the US market have just been released, and aren't they interesting? It's painting a picture that surely by now you're all very familiar with. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you here. Very interesting to see these numbers, isn't it? General Motors, Ford, Stellantis, Toyota, Honda, Hyundai, Kia. Hoping I haven't missed anyone here. Well, they're all dying in China and in the US. Now, all these automakers are saying it's simply because they don't have the cars to sell. But I think that's not really the point, is it? For example, right? If you had invested in one of these companies and the share price had gone down, which it has for almost all of them, would you be willing to give them a pass and to say, that's okay, I don't care that I've lost money. It's not your fault. I don't blame you. Well, if you looked at the sales of electric car manufacturers and Chinese car companies and Tesla, then, well, do these companies really have an excuse? Can they really blame world conditions for the situation they're in? Or should they be blaming themselves? That's what I think. Toyota, what were their numbers? They sold 514,600 vehicles in the first quarter. That's a decline of 15%. Sales of their electric and hybrid vehicles fell 4% in Q1. Clearly, they're ramping up quickly, aren't they? As a result of these disappointing numbers, Toyota's stock increased by 0.1%, rewarding investors for their patience with Toyota. General Motors. GM sold 512,000 vehicles, down 21%. They sold 99 Hummer EVs, or delivered 99. Apparently they've got 85,000 pre-orders, which I believe, which is a pretty big improvement over the one they delivered last quarter. In total, General Motors delivered 457 EVs this quarter versus the 26 they delivered last quarter. So a big improvement from General Motors with their electric vehicle deliveries. The only way they can go from here is up. I think that's the very good way to look at it. Let's be positive, right? This was the fascinating quote that came from General Motors. You can't make this stuff up. Supply chain disruptions are not fully behind us, but we expect to continue outperforming 2021 production levels, especially in the second half of the year. GM North America President Steve Carlisle said in a statement on Friday. Now, if this is called outperforming, then wow, I don't know where you can go to from here. Incredible. Now, unfortunately, the news was even worse from Ford, whose deliveries in the US declined by 27.6% this year versus the pretty abysmal year they also had in the first quarter, or at least pretty abysmal first 3 months of the year they had in the first quarter of last year when coronavirus was still well and truly a key reason why a lot of people weren't buying cars at that period of time. Now, what about Stellantis, or FCA? Their sales declined in the US by 14%. So I guess a better result than General Motors, Ford, and Volkswagen. And they delivered 405,000 vehicles in the first quarter of 2022. Honda was down 23%, delivering 266,418 vehicles. Nissan was down 30%. Volkswagen down 44%. And Hyundai only fell 4%. Well done, Hyundai. Now, interestingly, Edmunds Executive Director Jessica Caldwell said that legacy automakers are going to face new part shortages due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine on top of the current chip shortage. This combination of headwinds could mean that these inventory issues will persist well into the next quarter and throughout the entire remainder of this year, at which point Tesla will continue to take their sales. So will Chinese automotive brands in China. I'm talking about the Chinese market there, by the way. Let's end with Tesla's sales, which were 310,000 vehicles during the quarter. Not really that far off General Motors. Now, of course, I'm comparing oranges with apples here because that's Tesla's vehicle deliveries for the entire world. However, it's very interesting, isn't it, to see this disruption happening right in front of our eyes. Tesla keeps on upping their prices and their vehicle delivery list just keeps on getting longer. But somehow, even in spite of the fact that they were affected more than any other car company in America by the coronavirus outbreak in Shanghai, where their factory was shut down for more than a week. Still, their vehicle deliveries were up 93% in this quarter versus the same quarter last year. In addition, I should just point out that the Tesla Model 3 topped the list of 20 most affordable EVs to run according to a 2022 EV Miles report. So while all this market disruption is happening, while all these legacy auto companies are losing ground, well, Tesla just gets on with things. Opens a factory in Germany. It's about to open its factory in Austin, Texas. By the end of this year, the global automotive market will be looking very, very different to what it is now. Make sure you click that little icon notification bell at the top, and I'll keep you updated on exactly what's happening. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.